Are we correct? Are we correct? Have we got the right people on the right side there?
Peter is there. We might just need to change.
We'll change their decks in a moment.
Live tokens are good. We just want to start the time.
Back time has started. I need to just turn off these trackers. Because nobody's won anything yet. Right, so decks. We're looking at the decks right now. And I'm going to go with, wow, is this mono black? This is mono black. So Peter on mono black.
Versus mono red, or is it?
It looked like an is it. So let's just go mono black. That's just my cool sound effects for stuff.
For his typing.
You know.
This typo errors.
Get to what do we got?
Mono red.
Wow, mono red. Okay, so we got mono black versus mono, although there's a Boros charm.
So that's I think it's going. Yeah, it's
Sacred Foundry.
So it's going for Boros.
Boros aggro.
Just splashing the Boros charm. It looks like, and Luris.
Okay, so what are we going to call this?
Boros. Yeah, Boros.
Boros aggro.
Well, it's Boros Burn. It looks like Boros
Burn. I like that. Let's do that. Boros Burn.
I think this is the Pioneer list. Almost similar to the Burn list you'd find in Modern. Just a little bit different in the kind of configurations. You don't have the kind of one mana density that you'd get in Modern.
Okay.
So they kind of substitute that out with the so Wizard's Lightning being the kind of lightning bolt.
Wizard's Lightning, the 3 damage costs less if you've got a wizard on the board.
So kind of using the wizard synergy to give them a lightning bolt effect in Pioneer. It's a very interesting choice that
both players are keeping their opening hand. Sacred Foundry coming down first from Reinhardt.
So that means 2 damage to Reinhardt.
And immediately swinging in.
I'm liking that too. One damage and 2.
Yeah, 2 and 1.
Yeah. So I'm really liking the kind of almost mono
and here comes
the feel of these 2 decks.
This is our friend, the Knight of the Ebon Legion is back.
Yeah, it seems like the Knights don't want to leave us. Yeah.
No, for sure. That's pretty cool. Also, just a quick look through our current standings. As we look at top 8, we've got Chirag Maharaj going 3-0 at the moment, as well as Reinhardt.
A legacy winner
from yesterday. So Reinhardt as well, Kiran, who we saw in our opening match.
Yeah, Peter also very
So here we've got 2 undefeated players going up against each other.
Yeah, very strong players as well. Peter, very good player in terms of standard, and also a very good modern player in terms of... So I think lots of people are testing the waters with
tomorrow.
Pioneer. Well, mainly Pioneer, because Pioneer seems to be...
Okay, so light up the stage. So 1 damage going through on that attack to Peter.
Yeah. Really respecting a burn spell, and also respecting how strong his
light
Legion.
Up the stage. What did light up the stage hit? It looks like a Wizard's Lightning and a Lightning Strike.
So this is where Wizard's Lightning kind of has its fallback, because everyone there's no 1-drop haste Wizard. 18
gotcha.
So this is where you don't actually get that Wizard Lightning. I think if Monastery Suspia was a wizard, I think we would see Wizard's Lightning popping a little bit more in some burn lists.
Is that the Scrap Heap Scrounger? That is.
Yes.
Scrap Heap Scrounger coming in.
Very, very resilient threat. Especially in a creature deck where you're able to recur it quite a few times. But key word of text in this matchup, can't block.
Yes.
So it's a very aggressive card. However, in this matchup, you might be wanting a chump blocker where it doesn't impact the board. So this card's also going to really be one of those spaces where you're going to be play draw. So if you're probably on the draw, you want to not see that in your hand because you're wanting to have a blocker.
Okay, it's gone to the graveyard.
Respecting the 3 power, I guess, especially the way it lines up against all these creatures which have 2 toughness. 1/2s all around except for the E2 Love Rhino.
Yep.
Which now I think is a 2/2 with haste after playing the Wizard's Lightning from the graveyard.
They're playing it from exile.
From exile after, thank you.
So that's going to be 3 damage?
I think extra 5.
5 damage. My word. Okay, it takes it down to 13.
The prowess trigger on Monastery Swiss.
Correct. My.
So Gita Labra in a very, very strong card. I definitely saw a lot of play in standard when it was around.
There was that ridiculous mono red list that ran it.
With Chandra's. Yeah. It also had a very big threat.
Oh, another Scrounger back on the board.
Okay. Yeah. Another
Knight.
Yeah, so you can see Pieter playing a very stronger build. Well, I say stronger build, it's a little bit more different. Kieran had that comment to Udir in the first time, saying that he would have preferred a mono black build versus the Orzhov build that Udir went, because it does have a far more aggressive start. You don't have those mana issues because everything is kind of, everything's monocolored. So 4 damage.
2?
So it's 14.
So 14 and 17? Thank you. Just doing a quick correction on life totals. Sorry?
Yeah, so I think it was 4.
It's fine, so we'll just go with that.
Damage.
But now there's going to be 1 damage from the Knight of the Ebon Legion.
Yeah.
To Reinhardt, takes him to 16. Not 126, that's for damn sure.
No infinite life combos that I know of.
Not yet.
Oh wait, I lie. There's still Helio. Oh no, Walking Ballista's banned in Pioneer.
Yes.
So no infinite combos here.
Okay, it does still have the 2. Well, the Scrounger can't block.
Yeah. So Legion, although relatively good against the Swiss sphere.
1, 2, isn't it? Okay, so that's the prowess dude from.
The one, the 2/2 that gets.
Where is he? As soon as I see his name, I'll know it. Heartfire Immolator.
Is that the 2/2 with prowess that whenever you can exile a top card of your library?
Correct.
And play it until end of turn.
Yeah. I think so.
Never been a fan of those cards because but I never play Storm where I just know what's in my deck and I'm just hoping to draw it. I always feel like I'm losing a card that I might want to play.
Yeah. So here he is. Pay 1, sacrifice Heartfire Immolator. It deals 1 damage. It deals damage equal to its power to a target creature or planeswalker and has prowess.
A very nice removal spell.
Yes.
If you're playing a lot of creature decks. Very simple addition and also key line of text wizard.
Yes. I think we're focusing so hard on what card it was, we've missed quite a play here. We'll get the feedback now. Who's down to 8?
Pieter.
So Pieter down to 8. Taking 5 damage on that particular attack.
Is that a Murderous Rider? Yeah, hard cost Murderous Rider.
Looking for the life gain, I suppose.
Yeah, 2/2 lifelink.
So pumping, so that's 1. So that's going to be a big damage. 4 damage.
Yeah, coming through.
So that's 12. Getting the 1/1 counter on the knight. And now having the
lifelink is huge.
The lifelink available to him from blocking with the Murderous Rider.
So Reinhardt's in a little bit of a tight spot. As you can see, the mono black deck has a very good mid-range plan to it.
So lightning strike.
To face.
Going to face, doing 3 damage, taking Pieter down to 5.
Right, and he's wide enough to
skewer the critics, getting rid of the big Legion.
Surprised that he didn't go for the Murderous Rider because when it dies, it goes back into the library. So he's killing.
He's killed that. Okay, so changed
I
to
assume
kill that.
So then he can get in through the damage.
And that should be enough damage for the win. So Reinhardt takes game 1.
Perfect. Very aggressive start from Reinhardt. Also a very strong player from Poch. I played against him when we did the top deck with Poch.
Yes, yeah.
Very, very good. I think he's a master's student there, so he has played quite a bit of Magic around the scene. So,
are you saying that master students play a lot of Magic?
Well, I mean, well, they're not a modern master yet, but the intention is he's an older player, so he's not really a university student, if you want to call it like. So he's been playing for a while, but also a very good head on him. Very controlled player, very. Not going to be tilted very easily. So these are the players that you look at when you're playing in a modern or a more competitive scene, is the person's ability to control their emotions, like not being tilted for small misplays.
I do see a flaw in his game though.
What, playing red?
Justice League sleeves, bro.
No.
I mean, really.
Look here. We can't. Look here. The way people pump out their decks.
No, but Justice League, really. I mean, if it was Batman, that would be fine. But it says Justice League.
Look here. I've never been a DC fan.
We should call a judge.
I feel like Pieter should be having the Batman sleeves since he's playing mono black.
There you go. Let's just have a look at the sideboard here for a second. So Pieter's got 4 inflicted wounds, self-inflicted wounds, 2 duress, an Ethersphere Harvester, 2 Legion's Ends, 2 Agonizing Remorse, 2 Go Blanks, and 2 Soul Guard Lanterns. So not too worried about the Soul Guard Lanterns, I think.
Yeah,
but the Go Blanks are interesting in terms of getting rid of cards.
Duress is pretty good. What is Go Blank, if you remind me?
I think it's a bit expensive though. It's a 3-drop. Your opponent discards 2 cards.
So I think maybe on the play that might be a little bit good, better for him because the Boros player is trying to kind of have a good spell density of threats.
So, so it's a 3-drop. Target player discards 2 cards, then exile all cards from that player's graveyard.
So this could be like in terms of instead of a Soul Guard Lantern, it slows down the. Let's see the 1/2 that gets +1 and haste if it 2 sorceries.
The Gitu Lava Runner.
Yeah. So if he's the Gitu Lava Runner is probably one of the
Imbanoob says and exile graveyard. We get there eventually. We're a little slow, but we do get there. Thank you for the comment and welcome to the chat.
Appreciate it. So many cards. So we're trying here. That's why we have the deck list.
Okay. So just quickly, while we're talking about deck list, sideboard for Reinhardt. Obviously, Wear and Tear, Searing Blood, 3 of those. We spoke about that earlier. That's a great card.
Definite inclusion.
Chained to the Rocks, again, that's the exile card that we were looking at that Kiran was playing.
I think that might be a one also play draw. So when I say that, you might shave 1 off on the play, and you might go all 3 on the draw.
Sure.
And that's and this is this will come down. We'll see it in maybe if we go to a game 3. If the players make those type of adjustments.
Sure.
And I think Go Blank, it doesn't seem like the craziest auto include, but from a burn player, they're resource efficient.
Sure.
And they're trying to get. They want every spell in their hand to be doing damage. So if you can nip 2 spells out of their hand by turn.
You see, the only problem with that is that Go Black says opponent discards 2 cards. So it's not like you could choose. Whereas, in Duress, you're able to pick one of the cards that he's got. You could pick the bigger threat and get rid of it.
Yes, but in terms of so the card advantage, right? So this is like when you're playing sealed, for instance, like a mind rot effect. It's like when you're going into that, when you're in a resource battle within your opponents, you're kind of trading fairly, and then all of a sudden you're down to 2 cards, and you're trying to keep your most.
Go Blank happens, you lose those 2 cards.
You lose those 2 cards because you're trying to save that resource for efficiency over the long run. So Go Blank and the Exile the Graveyard is also relevant for Gitu Lava Run, not hugely. I mean, it's just 1 damage. So I don't.
Listen, 1 damage has often made the difference in a game.
So what I do see that Peter's gonna definitely bring out is Aethersphere Harvester. Right?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Right. So Aethersphere Harvester is huge. You pay an energy to get a life. I think when it enters, you get 2 energy and you pay 1. And that I think will be really backbreaking because it gains lifelink if I'm not mistaken.
Look-see.
Yeah, so you're getting 2 life, crew 1, and it's a 3/5. So the 3/5 also being very relevant to the way a lot of the creatures match up in the black gray. So when you're using that, it's a very efficient blocker, right? So you're not throwing your legions under the bus.
Crew 1 is a crazy cost.
Yeah, I mean that's why Smuggler's Copter has been banned in the format. I mean, I love the card.
So both players have taken a mulligan and have kept their 6.
Yeah, so I think that's probably going to be if Peter finds that, I don't think Reinhardt's going to be able to beat that, and you would probably see him bring the Wear Tears in. That might also be a bit costly because that reduces his spell density in the future because, he doesn't have a burn spell that's going to go to face.
Sure. Just checking on that particular card that got played. I don't recognize the image straight away. But it is the Blood-Soaked Champion.
Oh yeah, that's a Blood-Soaked.
Can't blocked 2/1 raid, 1 and a black. Return Blood-Soaked Champion from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate his ability only if you attack with the creature's turn. So that's again looking at the recursion that he's got built into the deck with things like the Scrounger and so on and so on.
I think the Scroungers
Reinhardt taking 2 damage from that attack then.
So I think the Scroungers might have come out just because they don't block well. And okay, see, there's the Thoughtseize. The Thoughtseize is obviously really good, allowing him to take out so you can see Reinhardt valuing the Searing Blood, allowing it to deal a creature, take 3 damage.
3 damage
to Peter, and then allowing him to reveal the hand. And actually another 2 for the Thoughtseize resolving, so you're down to 15.
Down to 15 already.
So he can take the Soul Scar Mage, really recursive threat, lines up very well against his creatures.
That does hurt Reinhardt's hand quite badly.
Yeah, so I'm very interested that so Pieter didn't actually have a 2-drop or a play for turn 2, with 2 mana open. He either has I think he doesn't have the removal spell, otherwise he would have allowed taken the spell. Yeah, sorry.
15-18.
Yeah.
Just a confirmation on our live totals, 15-18.
And also we don't want to, the reason I stopped is because I don't want to provide information to our players.
Hard casting, light up the stage. Getting a Gitu Lava Runner, and is that the Pyromancer?
Vishino Pyromancer, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a really good play because that gives him 2 threats and the Vishino.
Oh, Rotting Regisaur.
Oh, this is going to be... So I don't think the red deck can play against this, although I don't think anyone's playing Destructive Revelry in the format. Where,
wow.
No, not Destructive Revelry, Deflecting Palm.
Yes.
Can't attack here.
Oh.
So Pyromancer dealing 2.
So getting the Pyromancer out, dealing 2 damage to the face, takes him to 13, but with that Regisaur on the board,
Lava Runner
comes in as a 2/2.
efficient blocker.
Has to discard a card. Regisaur says he needs to discard a card.
And honestly, so Pieter questioning, throwing the Fatal Push, because he's got the Murderous Rider here in hand.
Yeah.
Right?
Swinging, I mean, he's
does
got
Regisaur sacrifice, we don't have any cards in hand?
No.
So once you hellbent, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
right?
once you go, you go.
So what Pieter might do is he like before on his end
So
step.
Rotting Regisaur is just a great card.
I love it. I'm not gonna lie. That's 7/6 and
7/6 body for 3.
So I'm a Tiny Leaders fan. So Rotting Regisaur is just a house. Nothing's kind of breeding it in the.
Yeah.
I mean, there's obviously removal spells and everything in those things, but a 7/6 is just outclassing.
Buying Luris, Reinhardt buying Luris, which is probably the right move right now because that means he can just block out against the Regisaur and bring things back using Luris.
So very interesting that Pieter is okay. He doesn't want to discard his. He doesn't want to discard his Murderous Rider, so sending it on an adventure.
Sending it on an adventure, killing the Lava Runner, and taking the 2 damage puts him on 11. So it should be 11-18. Sorry?
Yeah, for the attack on Reiji.
He took 3 from with his lightning bolt, goes to 8, and 7 damage from the Reggie takes Reinhardt to 11. So this is a hell of a race right now.
Yeah. So what Pieter has done is he knows Luris is in hand. He knows
there's Luris on the board.
Yeah. So he knows when to get to gain life, but what Pieter's trying to do is he's trying to trade out here. So as much as the Pyromancer can play, he's going to block it.
Pyromancer comes back, it deals 2 damage.
Right. So he's trying to force the double block.
Takes him to 6.
He's trying to force the double block here because Reinhardt needs 2 creatures. He can't just let this attack go through because...
So here's the swing.
So very interesting.
Chump with the Pyromancer.
Right. Does he have a removal spell? Because, I mean, I would have...
Got 4 mana open.
Yeah. I would have pushed in both, right? So you're getting the 2 damage, you go up to 8, because every turn...
Oh, Wizard's Lightning comes down, takes care of the Murderous Rider.
Is it at the bottom of the library?
Yes, the Murderous Rider goes back to the bottom of your library.
Okay, I didn't know, I just assumed it's shuffled, but that's because modern
so
adjust your deck.
No damage dealt in that attack, and
it's a very
Pieter now open for the crackback.
Not only that...
another 2 damage. He goes down to 4.
So this is where I think Pieter in play might have made the aggressive play, not keeping up the removal spell, because he had a Fatal Push and a Heartless Action in hand.
Discarding a land to the Rotting Regisaur. Playing 1 to bring out the Blood-Soaked Champion. We should be on 4 and 11 life totals.
No, 14 for the 3 life gain.
Got the 3 life gain off of Luris, so 4 and 14.
Awesome. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Pieter's on 1.
He's on 1? Wow, down to 1.
So this is where You see,
And that's it. He's just going to recur him again, and that's game.
not keeping the removal spell for Luris was huge because you knew he had Luris, right? So,
Yeah.
So Luris was being able to replay Machine of Pyromancer. So even, and you can't also let the Luris gain value where getting a wide enough board. So, and that's maybe not respecting Luris. Luris is huge.
Hold on a sec. Let's jump to table 2 for just a second. Obviously, our overlay is going to be incorrect as we shoot over to table 2.
Yeah.
Because this game is done at 2-0. We're quickly going to jump over to our other feature table
And I'll
see what's going on there. That game's still in play. We'll quickly find out who's at that table, and we'll try and update all the info and where we're at in terms of the game state. But I see Scavenging Oozes, I see Llanowar Elves, I see a Vivian.
It was. So I think the I can't remember his name. He used to be a Pretoria player.
Okay, well, let's do this. Let's just go.
Let's check the standings.
Who's feature table 2?
Yeah. And it looks they're playing mono green versus Kriel.
Yeah, so please don't pay attention to any of the overlay right now. These are not correct. We're just waiting for an update on who these players are so that we can update the information so that you can get a proper readout of what's going on here. But we have shifted to table 2.
And he moved to Durban recently. I can't.
Do we know who's at those? Terence?
Ruan.
Which sides? Who's in the blue?
Terence. Ruan's this guy here.
Okay, so Ruan's in blue. All right.
And yeah.
So
Yeah.
Ruan,
Ruan van Zyl.
mono green.
Mono green. So one is a bit more aggro and the other one's. Yeah. Well, I say more aggro. One is playing werewolf.
And what are our life totals?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So yeah, one feels a little bit more aggro-y because it's playing
Ruan
Burning Tree.
Who did we say? Ruan and Terence.
Terence.
Terence who?
Oh, we might have to do that on a deck search. Double T there.
Yeah, got it. So let's go here. 16 all life totals, and it's Terence. So Ruan van Zyl and
Ter. There we go. Terence.
Terence Kriel, and it's a single L, so Terence Kriel. Okay, let me just get back here. Oh, didn't want to do that. Okay.
Yeah. So as we have a look at 16 all, oh my gosh, there's a Ugin. I think this game is almost over.
I think we got you just in time for the end.
Wipes the board. I mean, that's why you play so many Llanowars, right? So I guess Ruan's playing a little bit more of a big version.
Okay, so that's where we're at.
A lot of mana so mono green in terms of mana ramp, and Reinhardt's playing mono green more as an aggro deck.
Not a very nice Terence.
Oh, sorry, Terence. Sorry. There we go. Updated to
done.
help you and me.
There we go.
So yeah, Ugin, very, very powerful.
Ugin's so powerful.
I mean, one of the Tron payoffs in Modern, you'll hear me talk about Modern a lot just because I love the format.
Sure.
And that's one of the formats I pay attention to. But I would like for Pioneer as a brewing space, because as a deck builder, I think it's a beautiful and very playful space right now. I think it still needs a bit of time to get all the information, all the, for people to develop a metagame. And
Sure.
so this doesn't look good for Terence now, because as an aggro deck, once you get board wipe, or getting another Nissa to...
Sure.
So this is going to just generate enough... Oh, Collected Company, that's one way of getting back into it. So allowing him to play on the end step. So hopefully looking...
Oh, he's pulled a Ranger class. That's unfortunate to pull that on the Coco. Has pulled, looks like a...
Lovestruck Beast.
Lovestruck Beast
But
and
that's
a
not gonna
Yorvo. I
That's
did
not
see
gonna-
the Yorvo, so it depends. Okay, so he plays Yorvo first, then Lovestruck Beast. Gets the trigger on Yorvo, becomes a 4/4.
Yeah, stacking them entering before in such a way. But technically they both enter at the same time, so you will get the triggers together as they resolve immediately. But you are allowed to stack which one goes above each other. However, the only problem with the Lugstruck Beast, there's no 1/1 token, so
it's a 5/5 that can block.
Yeah, and right now he needs to be attacking to get rid of the Nissa, because once he untaps with Nissa, he's going to be making 3/3
Beasties.
3/3 hasties. 13.
2s on 13. Terence, okay.
Yeah. But I think Ugin, just the plus on Ugin, I think it's a plus. You get what, 3 point Planeswalker points and it deals 3 damage.
Yeah, no, it's a nutty card. Another Coco.
Oh wow. Okay, this could help him if he gets a 1/1. I think he's looking for a Llanowar Elf, or just to allow him to attack with the Lovestruck Beast. That way he can at least take the Ugin. Oh, there we go. He found his Llanowar Elf. Burning Tree Emissary, giving him another 2 mana. Maybe he's got a 3 mana spell that he can play. Just attacking. Yeah.
Boom, going for it.
Wow. Clearing the board. This is a really
It's a good turnaround. Yeah. Wow.
Jeez. Taking down 2 Planeswalkers. This is a game here we have, guys. This is, thinking when he's down and out, and he's pretty much built up his board.
Gets his own Vivian.
Is that a Vivian? Oh, yes, that's the 3 mana one that gives everything flash, right?
Yep.
And you can minus to search. I
Oh,
think.
and that's a 2 big swings. And that's game.
Wow, that is insane.
Turned it around.
Terence beating an Ugin and a Nissa.
Is that game? Is that match done?
17 damage.
Is that match done?
Yeah, they got to get another game, or is it? So we're just gonna check for you. If that's the case, then.
It was a good game to come in on.
Yeah, I mean we got all the heat in right as at the end.
It looks like there's some sideboarding or some de-sideboarding taking place.
They
And
finished
that
the
is match.
Yeah.
And Terence is the winner. 2-1. 2-0?
It seems like 2-1.
2-1. Okay, so Terence takes that 2-1 with that big swing at the end there. And we are going to take a quick break between rounds. Don't go away, we'll be right back with round 5. Remember, we're playing to round 6, then we'll cut to top 8.
Yeah.
So 2 rounds left before we cut to top 8. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back.